Hey guys, Ty here. We're gonna react to The Unlucky Tug. This video came out like 10 minutes ago. 1.6K views. What can be and what can't be alive in Thomas and Friends? This was gonna be live, but the computer's gonna be problems. Also, we're having some weather problems right now in the area, so here we go. This is about 32 minutes long, so here we go.
Was brought to you by my loyal patrons. Pledge today and receive exclusive perks. Link in the description. In a previous video, I said this. I feel like the Flying Bedstead rides the line of what can and can't be alive in the railway series. But it is technically a locomotive on rails with an engine and a means of propelling itself. So there's absolutely no good reason it shouldn't be alive, right? It makes me wonder how things like motor scooters or hell, model trains work in this universe. Would those be alive? We're getting deep in the weeds here. This is a whole discussion for another video. Well, here's that video. Thomas and Friends is a very fun show with a lot of lore that runs deep. It has something for everyone. Impressive model work, great CGI animation, a memorable score, distinctive characters, and of course, trains with faces. But like any show that focuses on anthropomorphic vehicles, a question lingers on everyone's mind that watches it. How are these things alive? You ever watch Thomas and find yourself wondering, wait, why is Birdie alive, but that other bus at the depot we see isn't? Why don't the other cranes at Brendan Docks have faces? Annie and Clarabelle are alive, but why aren't the other coaches? Caroline is just a normal car and she has a face, but Topham's car doesn't. So, like, why isn't that alive? Or is it? Owen is literally a building. Why does he have a face? And why don't other buildings? Who the heck raced a building with the ability to talk? So, what are the rules exactly? What is allowed to have sentience in the Thomas universe? And what isn't? What exactly gives a machine life? Today, we're going to really dissect this. We're going to think way too hard about this topic and try to come to a conclusion. Join me on this asinine journey. We'll open this video with this quote from the series creator, Wilbert Audrey.
When I was small, I lived in Box, and there's a gradient there between Box and Caution. And at night, lying in bed, I'd hear a goods train draw up at Box Station, crow over the banker, beep, beep, beep. Then the banker would come out of the shed, buffer up behind, and crow, beep, beep, beep. And then you'd hear the train start. The train agent would say, can't, can't, can't. And the banker would come up behind. Oh, yes, you can. Oh, yes, you can. Oh, yes, you can.
The whole reason that Wilbert chose to write stories around sentient steam engines is because he easily perceived them as being alive in real life. When he heard them working hard on the grade near Box Tunnel, the loud chuffing from the engine banking at the back sounded like it was talking to himself. I can do it. I can do it. I can
Hmm.
do it. And the engine at the front, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do
Hmm.
it. And it's really not hard to see how he came to this. It's in our human nature to want to personify things in a way that relates to
Oh.
us. We project ourselves onto them, using their quirks that appear the most human. It's very easy to picture a steam engine talking. Its chuffs and wheeshes sound like dialogue. They huff and puff and groan when they work hard, just like us as people do when we work out. They need water and coal to operate, just like we do with water and food. They can be temperamental and sometimes choose not to work, just like we do on a lazy Sunday. They make a ton of noise when they make an entrance, just like we do when we enter a party and see friends or family.
No, steam engine is an extrovert. He likes to know, or likes you to know, how he's doing or how badly he's being treated.
Yeah.
He's always got something to say.
Ooh, big boy.
At their core, steam engines are alive. Full stop. So just from the series premise alone, all steam engines, and by extension, all railway engines, including diesel and electric, are alive. There's no question there. There are a couple outliers that I should bring up, though. We have steam engines without faces in the series. City of Truro infamously did not have a face when he appeared in the TV series. And they've shown photos of real life engines in pictures with no faces, indicating that these do exist out there in the Thomas world. Not to mention the illustrations of real life engines in the Railway series, again without faces. See the first half of Stepney's special when Stepney talks about the Bluebell engines. Despite not having faces, all of these examples are treated as being sentient, though. Stepney specifically mentions that Captain Baxter has a bit of a mouth on him.
Captain Baxter's tough too, Stepney went on, and rather rude. But he's worked in a quarry, you know what that does to an engine's languages and manners.
Explicitly stating that he has the ability to speak, whether a face is present on the front of him or not. City of Truro, despite not having a face on screen, also has the ability to speak, and talked with the engines all night long.
He enjoyed talking to the other engines till long after the stars came out.
And then there's Lady. When she was in her faceless state while being worked on, she still had the ability to express sentiment with her whistle.
Well, Lady, what are we to do? It all seemed so much easier when Tasha and I were children.
An engine not having a face does not mean lack of sentience, as weird as that seems. It's the series' way of visually differentiating to the audience real engines from our real world from the Thomas characters. General rule of thumb is that every engine in the world of Thomas and Friends is alive, faceless or not. So what exactly gives these engines life? Well, I think that's a question beyond our understanding. Thomas and the Magic Railroad attempted to give us an answer by implying it's because of magic. Specifically, the Magic Railroad, powered by a lady, who is like a god trained in this universe. Because if she
Okay,
were
it's
to
an
ever
Easter
be
egg state.
destroyed, all engine life would cease to exist.
As long as she exists, so do the others. But if she can be destroyed. Destroyed? Did you say destroyed? Keyword.
This is a very vague explanation, though, because wouldn't this also end life for the diesels as well? Or is this only applicable to steam engines? So do the diesels have their own diesel god train that gives them sentience? It's never really explained. The movie doesn't give a concrete answer for how this works, which was probably for the best, but I will come back to this question later in the video. As far as I'm concerned, all engines just become alive only once they're fully built and they've been steamed or fired up for the first time. This is supported by Jock in his book. He was built by the Railways Workshop, and when he came out for his first tests under his own steam, he was alive. This is also supported in the season 24 episode, Cleo the Road Engine. This episode introduces Cleo, a road engine built by Ruth in her workshop. Ruth had just completed Cleo when we first met her, and she was
A road
alive,
engine?
and everything in the world was new to her. In the same way that our hearts, brains, and inner organs are what keep us alive, I think it's a similar case with locomotives. It's the engines within them that allow them to be alive, their beating hearts, if you will. Bringing up Cleo poses a good question, though. She's not a railway engine. She's built for the roads. So what about machines that aren't built for the rails? Let's look at the non-rail characters now. The answer to this one should be simple. The road characters all have their own engines, so yes, of course they're all alive. George, Trevor, and Buster are basically just steam engines with road wheels. There's nothing that different between them and someone like Fergus. And characters like the Horrid Lorries or the Pack Crew have diesel engines. Again, nothing that much different from diesel locomotives. They're just configured differently and have wheels designed for terrain. Things get a little more tricky when we start to look at more non-workplace stock, because we tend to see a lot more of these that are seemingly not sentient. Say, Bertie the bus or Caroline the car. These are fairly normal road vehicles with normal motors. Yet Bertie has a face, and the other red buses that we see in the show, just like him, don't. Caroline is a normal car, and she's alive with a face, and so is Ace, the race car. And he even has a conventional full gray face, while Caroline's eyes are her headlights. Yet other cars we see in the series, like Sir Topham Hatt's car, aren't alive, or at least don't seem to be. So why are Caroline and Ace sentient, but Topham's car isn't? Well, the real world answer here is that Birdie and Caroline and Ace were conceived as characters first. So of course they're alive. And the other cars we see are simply background dressing. Topham's car was never conceived as a character. Again, just sort of background dressing. So it was never considered. Not to mention the abundance of lorries and cars and tractors we see in the background throughout the TV series. The show was about trains, so there was probably zero thought put into the road stock because they knew the kids watching wouldn't really be questioning it. But I know that's not really a satisfying answer for this. The rule that we've established is largely inconsistent in the TV series. However, it is quite a bit more consistent in the railway series. Road vehicles are depicted a lot more often with visible sentience there, such as here in Steamroller. This random car that Sir Handel passes has a face. Or Willie's tractor, never mentioned as being sentient, but it very clearly has eyes on its front. There's this Caterpillar crane, there's this tractor, this random lorry. They're all clearly alive. While it's not always consistent, the rule appears to be, at least in the railway series, that all the road vehicles have sentience. And this aligns with the rule that we established for the trains. They are still machines, just like railway engines, machines with engines and motors in them. So yeah, they're all alive, whether they have a visible face or not. Which means, yes, Topham's car would be alive in the railway series. And that's kind of weird to think about. So far, our general rule has been the engine within the machine is essentially the beating heart of the machine. So if a machine has an engine that burns fuel, then it's alive. That seems pretty straightforward, right? So what about things like motor scooters or motorcycles? They are also machines, are they not? And they have their own form of
Cars
engine
tried
that
that, it
runs
didn't
the
work out
fuel.
right.
So they should technically count, right? And yeah, I'd say so.
Newton,
I'm
ooh, a
inclined to agree
Triumph.
with that. As weird as it is, yes, they should have sentience in this universe, going by this rule. Whether they have a visible face or not is another question. So far, we've only talked about machines that are mobile. What about ones that aren't?
Across Michigan, families are still struggling as prices keep rising. Everyday needs are costing us more. Washington dysfunction and party politics are getting in the way of relief. And we can't afford politicians who put their progressive agenda over common sense solutions. Mike Rogers has had enough of the politics. He's running to deliver. Mike will get Washington out of the way, lower costs, and get real results for Michigan families. Mike Rogers for Senate.
New Nature Made Digestive Enzymes help digest 5 key nutrients for daily digestive support.
I never follow the usual path. Like nature, we shift, evolve.
New sulfate-free hair care by Suave. No sulfates, no parabens, no mineral oil.
Buildings.
Now let's look at some non-mobile examples. What about buildings? While there's not many examples of this, there are some sentient buildings in the Thomas universe. So how does that work? The most prominent example is Cranky, a stationary crane at Brendan Docks. Cranky is essentially a building, which again is kind of weird to think about. And for a long time, he was the only crane with a visible face in the series. However, he was not the only sentient one. As Thomas stated in Cranky Bugs,
We always arrange our trucks like this, and no crane has ever complained before.
no crane has ever complained before, meaning they're all alive and have the ability to speak and complain, whether they have visible faces or not. This is even explicitly stated to be the case with Big Mickey. When he finally spoke in season 21, he states he always had the ability to, even when he didn't have a visible face prior to this.
So now you speak? You've been standing there silent all these years, Big Mickey, and you've never said a single word.
Well, you've never said a single word to me either. It's just no one ever spoke to him, so he never talked back. There's a couple examples of cranes who ride the line, where they don't have faces nor speak, but are treated as sentient, such as Old Wheezy, Hee Haw, and Happy Hook. It's hard to tell with them if they're actually alive or not. It's very ambiguous, But to me, they confirm that the law of sentience is a pretty broad spectrum here. Not everything that is alive in this universe looks and acts in the same way. Cranes may not move in the traditional sense, but they do spin and have arms that they need to lower. They need to be able to function and power these things. So, of course, they have engines. And that aligns with our rule so far. If they have engines, then they are sentient. So cranes check out, whether they have faces or not. So what about Owen? He isn't a crane. He's quite literally a building. Owen is an incline winch house. He powers the incline elevator at the Blue Mountain Quarry. Owen isn't just a building, though. He's a giant boiler, essentially. A stationary engine. He uses his power to move giant gears rather than wheels. He's basically an engine without wheels, which means he still aligns with our rule. This would also imply that all other stationary engines on Sodor would also be sentient, which tracks with the case of Smudger, who was once a mobile engine turned permanently stationary. God, I would hate to be a stationary boiler in this universe. What a dull existence. At least Cranky can move his head around and change his view. Owen is just stuck looking at the same thing his entire life. He'll go his whole life never knowing what it looks like behind him. So far, everything has aligned with our rule pretty well. As long as it has an engine or motor of some sort, it's alive. But now it's time to throw a big wrench into this. What about the rolling stock? The rolling stock characters are truly what break the universe, in my opinion. Obviously, characters like Rocky or Jerome and Judy